Hello world! In this video, I will share how to download and configure Keycloak SSO Server. Keycloak is an open source identity and access management system aimed at securing both front-end and back-end or REST applications. Let's start by going to the Keycloak URL and click the downloads link. Here, we should download the server standalone server distribution. Hit zip and we should be able to download the zip version of the server. Now I have already downloaded it and extracted it into my local directory. So here is how it looks like. Now since I'm often developing using an IDE such as Eclipse or Spring SES, I normally add the Keycloak server in the Servers tab of the IDE. We can view the Server tab by clicking Window, Show View, Other, and Filter for Server. Once we are here, we can add a new server by clicking No Servers or right-click New Server. Now in this list, we have JBoss Community. Initially, if it's your first time installing a server, there should only be one menu item under JBoss Community. Click that and hit Next. And click Finish. It will download and install all these JBoss and Wildfly servers. Now, since Keycloak 9 is actually running over Wildfly 18, let's choose Wildfly 18 and rename the server name to Keycloak 9.0. Hit Next and since again this is the first time we are creating a server, select Create New Runtime. Hit Next and here let's rename this server to Keycloak 9.0 and select where we have extracted the Keycloak distribution and under execution environment select Java 11. Configuration file is standalone.xml. Hit Next and Finish. Now, Keycloak, since it's running over Wildfly 18, it's also running on Fort 8080. Now, if we are developing an application that we will deploy on Fort 8080 or in Wildfly, it will run on Fort 8080. That's the same with Tomcat. And it will collide with Keycloak 9. So, normally we will change the port offset. And let's just add one. So instead, this Keycloak server will run on Fort 8081. Now let's run this. Since this is the first time that we will be running this server, by default there is no admin account created yet. That's why when we navigate to localhost Fort 8081, it should redirect us to an admin account creation page. Since this is the first time we are running Keycloak, it will initialize its database. That's why it's taking some time. Now, when we see the started message, we should be able to open the URL localhost Fort 8081, and here is the page I was referring earlier. This is the page where we can create our admin account. Now enter the Keycloak's username and enter the password. Click create. Now our user is already created and we will click administration console. Here it will ask us to log in, and this, after we log in, it will navigate us to the master realm. So this is the master realm. This is where the user admin is residing. Now we will not use this master realm in our application. Rather, we will create our own realm. So let's start by hovering the select realm and click add realm. Here we enter the realm name. So I will be using Balam Garden as the realm name. hit create, and this is the realm detail page. Here we have the login, the keys. Here is the themes. If you have multiple themes, you can select one here. But right now, the most important is the client. Client is the one that we will be using in our application. There are, so to create a client, click the create button. There are actually 3 types of client. So here, let's say we will create an API services client, client protocol, OpenID Connect. And as I was saying, there are 3 types of client: public, confidential, and bearer. Confidential is normally used in the server side application. So it provides browser login, and yeah, you can use it to secure your server side application. And the difference between confidential and public is that public is used to secure your client-side applications, but both of them provide browser login. So confidential and public. So as you can see, they almost have the same set of fields. Public has few fields. So confidential, you have your service accounts and authorization enabled. So you can fine-tune the configuration, the permission using confidential, while in public, you can only restrict certain URL. So some of the very important fields in this form are valid redirect URIs and web origins. Valid redirect URIs are where your application will redirect after you log in or log out through Keycloak. So if your application redirect to a page that is not defined here, it will throw an error. Now, web origins is where the login call or where the login originates from. Normally, it's your front-end application, such as your React application. So if you are testing React locally, it's normally localhost 3000, and for Angular, I think it's 4000. Now for this exercise, we will create a bearer-only access type. Bearer-only is used for back-end services or REST services. Now let's click save. And there, we have successfully created our bearer-only client. Here we have the secret key. Normally it's used by your confidential type of client. Now, there are some tutorials that I have written on how to use these clients. And these tutorials are available in my blog, czetsuyatech.blogspot.com. So let's navigate to czetsuyatech.blogspot.com. And here I have secured different types of application, such as React, Angular, Java EE, and Spring-powered application. Czetsuya-tech.blogspot.com, hit tech videos, and select Keycloak authentication and authorization. So here are the articles which you can use as a reference in building your application. Thank you for watching, and do subscribe to my channel, Czetsuya Tech, so that you will receive notifications when I update new videos related to programming. Thank you for watching, and see you on my next video.